Hello and welcome to another tutorial by the Silver Owl Network. And for today's tutorial we're looking at iPad, the basics. The skill level on this is green for beginner, and the items required today, you're just going to need the iPad. Okay, today's tutorial we're going to cover two topics. Firstly, the buttons on the iPad and the touchscreen and how to use it. Okay, let's bring out the iPad. We're holding it in portrait today, so your home button will be at the base of the unit. And your on-off button on the top right-hand corner. Okay, let's have a look at the back. On here you can see we've got the rear-facing camera. And we're going to find three buttons around the edges. On the top right-hand corner is the on-off button. And on this version of the iPad, your volume keys, there are two keys on the right-hand side. One for up, one for down. On the base of the iPad, you've got your speakers, and in the middle, your charging point. And here you have the front-facing camera. Okay, we're going to switch it on, press the home screen. You'll see one press isn't going to activate the system, so you'll need to press it again. Okay, if you've got a passcode set up, this is where you enter it. Okay, so we're into the system. Now, to activate and use the touchscreen, we're going to be using the pad of our fingers. A very light touch, almost a sweep across the screen. We're not going to jab our finger, we're not going to tap it, we're not going to use hard pressure at all. We are literally going to use the pad of our fingers to glide across the top of the screen. The screen is very sensitive and will pick up the slightest touch. It's worth practicing this for quite a while. Okay, so we'll look at what the home button can do for you. If you tap on an app, you can navigate by holding your finger against the screen and scrolling up or down. Now don't worry if you go into different parts of the system, you can just press your home screen and come out to where you started. Likewise, if you go into an app here, you find yourself scrolling around the system. If you accidentally click on an app or an item, or you have an error message come up, you can very simply get out of jail free, press that home screen button, and it'll take you right back to your home screen, back to where you started. And just again, wherever you wander around the system, press that home screen, it'll take you back to basics. Now what we're going to look at is putting the iPad into sleep mode. You can do this very simply. Quick press, top right hand button. Your system is asleep, easily reawakened by a couple of presses of the home button. Put in your passcode if you've set one up, and you're good to go. Now, if you want to turn the iPad off, same button, press the button down and hold it until you see the slider. Then what you do, place your finger on the circle, slide it across to the right, and that will switch the iPad off. Now, you won't be able to switch the iPad back on using the home button, so you'll have to go back to the on-off button, top right-hand corner, hold it down until you see the Apple symbol. Now, this will take a couple of seconds to spark that up, but as soon as you see your passcode reappear, you can enter that now if you've set it up, and we would recommend you set one up. You're back into the system using the pad of your finger. Now, if you haven't got great sensitivity in your fingers, you can practice this motion and just make sure that you're comfortable with it. You'll be there in no time. Excellent. So that's the end of this basic tutorial today. We always like to add a little bit extra, so just for you to make sure that you've got a couple of things in your mind. The home button you can use to get out of trouble, if you like, to get back to your main screen. And with the touch screen, use the pad of your fingers to tap the screen gently. Don't press it, you don't need to use any force, but practice makes perfect. Okay, so thank you for watching, and you can find out more about the Silver Owl Network, and you can find out more ways you can learn about and explore technology safely and simply. We're a community interest company. We're based down in Dorset. We'd love to hear from you, but until next time, thanks for watching.